This one.
Yo, I have a question. If I put Tesla wheels in my car, would that be like weird?
Tesla wheels on your Subaru?
Yeah. Yeah. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Yes. That'd be strange.
I thought so too, but then
679.
look how it looks. It's gonna look sick.
Wait, that's not Tesla wheel.
Yeah, it is.
It's a BMW wheel. It's a BMW wheel.
No, it's not.
It looks like a BMW wheel.
Bro.
Cool. Oh, these Tesla wheels.
Yeah.
I was thinking about some other Tesla wheels.
No. Do you think of the BBS wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah, but those actually look sick on the
I mean that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
because those look like
Tesla
BMW.
is kind of.
Well, no, the BBSs don't look as good on those cars.
What? The
It's kind of cool.
Where'd you get that idea?
I saw it on a Facebook Marketplace. Someone selling it for $400 and had them on a Subi. I'm like, what the?
You're like, I'll take them.
Got them in the fires, man.
Looter. Go to get them in the fires, dude. Look at that. I can't believe that's a thing. They're like just people. Like I saw people dressing up as firefighters and robbing people.
Wait, for real?
Yes.
No, that's insane.
That's disrespectful.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's
They
about
were
as
saying
crazy.
to leave the doors open so that way the firefighters can come in. And people just like, alright, bet.
Yeah, now
No
you
way.
just got. Now you got fucking people dressed as firefighters being criminals. That's nuts. That's peak LA shit. That's some peak LA shit, man. Shame on you, motherfuckers.
I got a question for you.
Serious, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, what's up?
I saw the episode of the natural bodybuilding, and I wanted to ask the question about what do you think about natural bodybuilding? Natural bodybuilding is the only honest form of bodybuilding. What do you think about that?
I think that they're absolutely right. That lifting natty is the only really true way to achieve your goals in life. Training enhanced. It's just really for losers, honestly. No, but in all seriousness, I think that anything that you're competing within the confines and rules of the sport, in which bodybuilding, as of right now, there's no rules against enhancement, which makes it very tough because some guys might be doing 5 grams of gear and some guys might be doing very little at all. So it makes it hard to see if it's an even playing field. But then again, in all of your favorite sports too, NFL, baseball, even if they're not saying they're doing it, there's a lot of ways to circumvent the testing. So I wouldn't say it's the only true way to bodybuild, but I think that if we're gonna strip it down and you really had great testing, I think that's probably the best way, because then it's less side effects, less risk, but then also there's genetic component of just because, especially with bodybuilding, just because somebody looks at us doesn't mean they work the hardest or train the hardest or recovered the best. It just means that they probably have some great ass genetics. So I think that actually PEDs level the playing field a bit for people that maybe don't have the best genetics but want to compete at high levels. So it's my long-winded way of saying no. I think that there's levels to this, and if you're competing natural, that's a great way to do it. If you're competing enhanced and that's your personal choice, I think that's also a legitimate way to bodybuild.
Do you think it's the future though?
I hope so, honestly. I think if there was, like, I thought about this a lot. If steroids didn't exist, I think that it would be more fun because you could really say, oh, you're competing, everybody's on a level playing field. But let's say you just roll back, or, you know, the IFBB says that you have to be natural to compete. There's still so many ways to circumvent testing. There's always gonna be new drugs that are one step ahead of the testing. So I don't know if you'd ever really know if the guys you're competing against are truly on the same playing field. So for that reason, I think that the restrictions are gonna be greater. I think that maybe there's gonna be a slight level of testing where you have to make sure you're healthy in order to compete. But I think for maybe the foreseeable future, the next 20 years, I don't see bodybuilding becoming completely natural. I just, as it stands right now, I think it's gonna be maybe 50 years from now. But I still think in the current environment, it's in the cards.
You think it'll get the same attention as like?
No.
No.
It's the same thing with anything else. We want to see bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, if you guys really think that the guys, every single guy in the NFL is running like a half a second to a second faster in the 40-yard dash at like twice the money as they were like 30, 40 years ago, with just like because improvements in nutrition and training, like, you're out of your mind. there's something going on, you know, beneath the surface that's allowing these advancements to be possible. So to think that if bodybuilding takes a big step back in terms of how crazy the guys look, it's just gonna be like, they're gonna be like, oh, that guy looks really good, like the guy that goes to the gym with, whereas like people see me and they're like, holy fuck, I've never seen anybody that looks like you before. And I think that, I'm not promoting enhancement, but I'm saying it's gonna lose a little bit of its allure with the majority of bodybuilding fans, and I don't think lay people or regular people are gonna start caring because the bodies look more attainable. That makes sense?
Yeah, because like in college, I was close to taking it because like all my teammates were taking it. Steroids.
That's what I'm talking about. And you played what?
Baseball.
Exactly.
So
playing baseball, you never think like baseball players enhance until like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and all these guys are like, oh my god, they're like humongous. And so I think that every sport it happens. I was lucky that I didn't get exposed to it until my like mid-20s, but that being said, I think it's everybody wants an edge, everybody wants to watch. Like think about the most popular time in baseball when guys were hitting like 450 like feet home runs, and like there was 3 or 4 guys over 60, 70, 80 home runs a season. Like that was when baseball was the most popular. Now it's kind of come back to a baseline, and like I don't know if you noticed, but baseball is not nearly as popular as it was in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's not as popular just because like people want to see home runs, and people want to see like,
people want to see people like so you want to see a dude come to the plate and fucking jack a ball like 500 feet.
Yeah.
Like that's now that like if a guy hits a home run, it's like 340 feet. They're like, man. Yeah. That kind of sucks. So for that reason, I think the same thing applies to bodybuilding. Like as much as somebody's like, ooh, that's disgusting, they're also like, I can't look away because, or I never want to look like that, or that's gross. But they're the same people that are like watching it and be like, holy crap, like that's insane at the same time. So I think there's a difference between, oh, I'd want to look like that versus like, oh, that's a spectacle and I'd want to see it. So like it's like same thing as when the circus back in the day had people jumping off like 150 foot high dives. Like, yeah, it was super dangerous, but people wanted to see it because it was dangerous. Like then the safety regulations came in, now you can only jump from like 40 feet and now not many people want to watch it, right? Because there's that element of danger. So the more hyper-regulated it gets and the closer to baseline it gets, the less spectacular it gets, the fewer people are going to inevitably want to watch. It just is what it is.
I mean, just people want to see the extremes of extremes.
That's what it is, man. I don't make the rules. You guys make the rules by what you guys consume and what you guys value. So I think at the end of the day, they always have to look back to the consumer and see why are these trends happening. And I think it has to be a shift in consumerism as opposed to the rules that are in place to kind of see how we can really change these things over time. But it's kind of been the opposite effect. Like think about baseball, like we talked about, when it became probably less enhancement, less guys just juiced to the gills, fewer people started to watch. So I think that's a perfect example of the fact that the consumer always is going to drive the outcome. And Americans like it bigger, faster, stronger, more dangerous, more higher stakes, more risk, or else it's not as fun anymore. Especially if it's a regression from the new mean. So let's say the new mean is 400-foot home runs, and now it's a regression from that, and that's now become the expectation. It's twice as bad as if it never happened in the first place. So now that we've seen what Ronnie Coleman looks like, Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, now to see a guy at 2040 look 1/3 as spectacular as those guys, we have the reference point to see what it used to be, which makes it so much harder to maybe accept that that's the new outcome. Oh, fuck. Those are so many fake natties out there.
Yeah.
There's so many fake natties ruining the whole fitness scene. Yeah, fake natties are, I think, ruining the fitness scene.
Yeah.
What?
Fake natties are ruining the...
Fake natties, man. What are you talking about? Natty all my life. This is my first day here.
Take off your shirt. Take off your shirt.
It's first day at the gym.
Oh, you don't even have to tell Tyler twice. You're like, take off your shirt. He's like, what? Okay.
Sure, so do you.
He was like, already.
You're not natty, bro.
Bro, straight natty. I'm not even that big, bro. I'm small.
I'll never look as good as Tyler. It's unfortunate.
Dude, how do you have almost the same shoulder as him?
Yeah, it's fun because all the side enhancement is done.
He's like, as you can see here, this is right here. This is all anabar.
The craziest thing when you train with Tyler, when you train chest, the way his like chest separates. It's crazy. Look at that shit. But this is pretty much the pinnacle of a natural physique. Like this is what some of the best genetics plus training. Like I know Tyler jokes about not training hard or being the first day here, but he shows up. He'll be doing a fucking stair climber, and he'll be like this. So I'm like, dude, what's your heart rate at? He'll be like, hold on. He'll be like 178. I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out. He's like, how long you been on there? 46 minutes. He's like, I had a bite of cheesecake last night. So like, as much as this guy jokes, like, that's hard fucking work.
Gotta work it off.
Gotta work it off.
Gotta work it off.
What
Job
else?
finish?
What else?
I don't think so. Job finish? I don't think so. You can't work out now.
Give the people a secret, bro. What's the secret?
Honestly, just consistency. Consistency, diet, sleep, progressive overload.
What's the most important thing though?
Huh?
What's the most important thing?
Be black. Sometimes you just gotta be black. No, but honestly, it's like, those are my big, like, what is that, 4? Diet, sleep.
I think it was just 1.
Yeah, be black. Yeah. It's like the only one that people are listening to is be black. Hey, you gotta keep that in there. I miss this guy holding the camera. We used to be like this. He doesn't love me anymore.
I asked him if natural bodybuilding is gonna be the future. What do you?
I mean, honestly, that's why I exist. I'm here to put it on the map. Because it wasn't a thing before, but now it's about to be a thing. I'm here to put it on the map. You heard it here first.
He's gonna put it on the map, he said.
Put it on the map. Dude, I might do a show by the end of this year.
Do you even know how to read a map?
I'm like fucking Magellan, man.
I know you're abroad here, so I don't know.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. That's why my plank is so good, bro. We invented the plank challenge.
I've tried to tell him, like, you're like legit like 6 weeks out from contest ready, like all times. Plus the disciplines there. So it's just like being a little bit more hungry for like 4 to 6 weeks.
My thing is, if I could get to 190, I feel like that's when I can be a problem. Just because like being able to like cut from there. Because like right now I'm like 182.
I don't even think you need more size.
You don't think so? My shoulders have gotten a lot better. Because they were trash before in comparison to
I think your lats are the only thing that
they're growing now, finally. I cannot pose for shit.
Do you think steroids are dangerous?
Honestly, before I came here, I did. Coming here changed my perspective on them completely. It's all about how you use them and what your goal is. So like honestly, it's like I think if you know how to use them correctly and you have people around you that know what they're doing, I think they're not as dangerous.
Did it make you think like, oh,
No, honestly, I've never thought about it.
No.
For me, it's just not for me. Like I would never do it.
Think about it, you start doing them.
I personally would never do them, but like I'm not gonna sit there and like look down on anyone that does. Like at the end of the day, just 2 different sets of goals. You know, I'm here trying to put it on the map. Natural bodybuilding. On the map. Because it wasn't there.
Do you think it's dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%?
Yeah. I mean, with like, yeah, you could always bring up like guys with naturally super low testosterone that's really unhealthy. So if you're going on like a very small, like 80 to 100 milligram replacement dose, but everybody says they're on TRT now is on like 250 milligrams, like that's not replacement dose. So if you're keeping your levels in sub 900 in your nanograms per deciliter on your blood work, you're probably not in an unhealthy range supplementing, but most guys are well above that, and it's going to throw off your lipids, throw off your cholesterol, it's going to throw off your heart health. So it's all things to consider long term. So most people, the reason I say it's not healthy is because most people are taking well over what's replacement dose, and especially at the ages that they probably even need to in the first place. So for those reasons, yes, it's unhealthy.